All right, here we are, Impact and Influence Radio right here on iHeart. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Blinds of Sacramento, Sacramento's complete solution window covering experts. Give them a call, 916-790-8689, or visit blindsofsacramento.com. Now, today, we've got Shennel Beasley-Sims. Did I say that right?
Yes, sir.
And now, it was funny is when at the event, you said your name was Shennel. I was like, oh, I know how to spell that. You're like, no, you don't.
Not the way I spell it.
Now, was that kind of what your parents were thinking? Was kind of go with that Shennel, or was this a family name that they created something?
So they wanted me to be named Shennel, but they didn't want my name to look like Channel because they felt like Coco Chanel looked like Channel. So they decided to give me a unique spelling.
That's cool. That's cool. Now, did that help you or hurt you in school?
It didn't make a difference.
It didn't?
No, but now with AI, it likes to call me Shennel.
Shennel?
Because of how it's spelled.
Well, my parents named me Robert Jones, which is impossible to market.
Yeah.
And so I in my teen years, I was like, okay, we're going to create John Robert Quinn. So I created a brand, and then I just knew that whatever I did, I would be using that. All these years later, I'm still doing that.
So that's where Quinn came from.
That's where Quinn's my mom's maiden name.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and what's funny about that, we should be talking about you, and here I am telling you my story, is what's funny about that. So, my career started playing music. I was a professional guitar player. And I was doing a television show. I was playing live, and I was doing this guitar solo, and the guy yells out, "Quinn!" And then at the end of the thing, I had another show somewhere else that night, and I went to that venue, and he was with me, and he introduced me. Everyone knew me at that point as Quinn. That's what he called me, was Quinn. And to this day, my wife, everybody, even my wedding stuff all said Quinn. That's just what everyone knows me as. It's
Cool.
not my name. It's my mom's maiden name.
Nice.
It's funny. All right, so we're going to get into learning what you do. SacTown's finest vinyl and print. I've heard you guys all over town. I've seen your stuff all over town. You've got that really bitchin' necklace thing that you wear. Of course, we're going to be talking about that. So really, let's really dig deep. What is SacTown's finest?
So SacTown's finest vinyl and print is the premier one-stop shop for all things business, promotional merchandise, and marketing material. So think of us as a local version of like a Vistaprint meets Etsy put into one company that's here locally. So we can do one of something or 10,000 of something.
Now, is this your company? Do you work for the company? Is it a franchise?
It's actually my own company that I came up with just around 2 years ago now.
It's only 2 years old.
Yeah, we started in my living room right around April of 24. At that point, it was just an idea. And then right around September, October of 2024 is when the website launched, and it was like officially full blown, we're doing this. This is going to be a business.
And then kind of how quick was it for it to like get off the ground to like actually turn into a profitable business?
I was very fortunate to meet the right people. I joined local chambers and other networking events, and a few people heard the origin story and really got behind me, and they helped open some doors for me.
Which then was our segue. What's the origin story?
The origin story is quite a story. So taking it back about 3 years ago now, back in 2023, I was the chief financial officer for a very large multi-million-dollar company that was in the gaming industry. Mm-hmm. And while about April, May, I found out that I had stage 4 colon cancer that had spread to my liver.
We just had a lady that all she does is colon cancer awareness. Just met her at one of these networking events. She's supposed to be coming on.
I would love to meet her for sure.
Absolutely. I'll get you that contact.
Thank you. So while I was going through that cancer journey, after about 8 months of doing chemo, while I was actually out on disability, this company laid me off.
Mm-hmm. Can they do that legally?
That is a question for legal.
Okay.
And so once I was let go from this job, it was kind of a little bit of a panic mode. That's a very large amount of income to lose overnight, no warning. After a few months of not being able to find something comparable in pay, I was like, I got to make some money. And that's kind of where the idea first started. My dad actually is a fashion designer, and he happened to have a vinyl cutter that was just sitting in the garage collecting dust. And he said, hey, if you can figure out how to use it, go for it. And so I took that vinyl cutter, I started making shirts, and then that's kind of where it kind of all started.
Now, from there, are you in remission?
I am. Yes, by the grace of God, I am in remission. So it's been now roughly about 2 years. I'm going on 3 years since surgery, 2 years since chemo. So by the grace of God, I am 100% cancer free. To God be the glory.
Do you think that it's going to come back?
I am very optimistic that it will not.
Let's just hope so.
I'm praying for it.
No, seriously, you are shining bright.
Thank you.
You are shining bright. Okay, so when you started this thing, it's funny, our journey. Whatever your God is, whatever you believe in, whether you're religious or not, it's just funny where the universe, where fate takes us. And you start this business. Where'd you come up with the name? Was this one of those, it's just kind of came to you? Did somebody, like, where did it come from?
So I was sitting here thinking about what kind of brand, what kind of statement do I want to make? And I knew I wanted to be big. I didn't want to focus on, a smaller locality, like just picking Elk Grove, for example. I wanted to be a little bit bigger, but locality. So I knew for sure I wanted Sacramento to be in the title. The rest of the title really came from, I want to be the premier, which is where Finest came from. And at the time, I only did vinyl. So that's where the vinyl came from. And I knew I wanted to get into print. And so after, much thought, I figured if I ever did expand into print, it's in the title. So I kind of put it all together, and that's how SacTown's Finest File Print came to be.
Now, what products are you guys creating? You said you were doing Vistaprint, but you're doing T-shirts and all that other stuff. I'm assuming as well. You're all decked out.
Yeah. So we do all things business promotional. So everything from business cards to apparel. We do 3D printing. We do engraving. We do laser cutting. So we can do everything from a mug to building a statue of your logo and everything in between. We have the capabilities and the machinery to make whatever your vision is come to life.
And you have a beautiful facility. I'm assuming you're not in your living room anymore.
I'm definitely not in the living room anymore. Moved out of the garage. Actually, last September, we were able to get out of the garage and into a 2,000 square foot warehouse out in Elk Grove.
It's funny that you say that, because here we are in a conference room and you're like, why are we in a conference room? We just keep growing out of the space that we're in. The magazine, we went from nothing 15 months ago now, to 56,000 subscribers.
That's amazing.
It's just growing like crazy. And so we're dealing with the same stuff. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, congratulations.
You did it too.
Thank you.
It's cool. It's really cool. Okay. What type of clients are you guys looking for?
Anybody who has a business or any corporation who does big orders of recurring orders for apparel, marketing material, swag. Anybody who is looking to even have personalized gifts done, we're looking for all of those people. So it can be from, like I said, we can do one of something or we can do 10,000 of something.
Now, you're doing printing as well. Essentially, you
Yes.
could print the magazine and all of that.
Yes.
So I'd like to talk to you about some of the printing costs and what it would cost to do that.
Okay.
Also, postcards and those, deliverables.
Yes.
And then I'm assuming Gage.
I do.
Yeah, so it's
Yes.
Gage is good people. I really, really like Gage. And are you helping him with his stuff?
Over at Sage, we've talked a lot about us potentially working together with DTF printing, because I have a commercial DTF printer, and that's something that they have a gap in the business for. So hopefully we'll be able to work together soon.
Gage is great. He's like my wingman when we go to these events.
Yeah.
And no, Gage is good people, really good people. Okay, so your why, your how, like, where do you see this thing going? Like, where do you want to take this company?
I want this to be big. So I want to compete with the Vistaprints of, the world, the 4 Promos, all of the big companies. I want to start small and really capitalize on Sacramento and focusing on giving Sacramento the absolute best that I have. And I like to slowly expand. I do have a website, so we do orders and ship international, or not international, but US wide. Eventually, I like to have hubs in different parts of the United States, so shipping costs can be less for customers on the East Coast. Have a hub somewhere north, south, and
so
east.
On your website, people can upload their artwork and can they design and all that other stuff as well, like you can on Vistaprint?
Yes. So for the apparel, there is a whole studio suite where you can completely design with inside of the suite, and you also can use AI to also help you design, or you can upload your already made design, or if you have absolutely no idea what you want to do or how to do it, we can also design for you in-house. So I do have an in-house graphic designer.
And so your CFO working mechanism is obviously in the equation here. You're sharp. You're a sharp one.
I do have an MBA in finance. Yes.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
Wow. The last lady that we had a MBA as well. Good grief, Jesus, man! People are so educated. My wife's got an MBA.
I'm actually about a 1 year education out from having a doctorate.
This is what my wife is.
Yeah.
That's exactly where she's at. Yeah. Man, these people are so smart. I barely made it through high school.
That's right, but look at you now. You're having a successful magazine, a radio station, doing great.
Doing what we're doing. Internships. You were talking about you want to help the younger generation.
Yes. Right now, I am brainstorming and looking to launch a internship that is for youth. I'm hoping by the summertime, if not, hopefully by fall. I actually am partnering with a few different organizations that are helping youth, like the Elk Grove Teen Center, for example. The idea behind this internship is to help youth figure out how to start a t-shirt business with nearly zero money.
Also just building and running a business.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that the leadership is going to be built into it. Finances, how to manage your books. It's all going to be built into it. So I'm looking to make it be a full-blown 6 to 8 week internship, and maybe eventually I can expand it out to where students that are, looking to go to school for 3D printing or whatever have you, they can come to me and get actual work credit for it at some point in time.
When are you looking at launching this?
I was looking at launching it this summer. If I can get it prepared quick enough, I wanted to start with a summer internship.
I need to get you in contact with Clara. She was the lady at the Growth Center. I'm making sure I got that right. Yes, growthcenters.org, the Growth Center. And she's helping kids make better decisions. She basically, her thing was like, we do retreats, and it's, the kids that are getting into drugs and alcohol and doing stupid stuff. There's other things they could be doing that are positive, and that's kind of what she's a school counselor for her day gig.
Nice.
No, so I definitely want to get you guys in connect. She's phenomenal lady. Holy smokes.
That'd be amazing.
Anything else that you want to add to this?
I just would like to add that, and just give a word of encouragement, I guess, to anybody that's listening who's looking to start a business and who may have fallen on hard times.
Oh man.
I know that is going on in the world everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And I'm living proof that even though you can literally hit rock bottom and lose almost everything, and with determination and with a lot of hard work, it is possible to build yourself up and to be successful.
I want to elaborate on that. A lot of people know my story. You don't know my story. I've been homeless twice from business failure, been bankrupt. When I met my wife, I was homeless. I grew up in a really bad situation as a kid, so I didn't have anybody to lean on. That's why I started this business at 14 years old. That's why all these years later, I'm still doing this. I think that, if I had the mentors and the leadership and the people like yourself that want to help these kids, I'd probably be a little bit further along in life other than been fumbling and having to figure it all out on my own. I think it's really important that you're doing what you're doing, wanting to help and motivate and inspire these kids. And yes, absolutely, business is cyclical. You're going to have good months or good years. You're going to have bad months and bad years. If you chase the money, chances are you're never going to build your business. You have to do it for the pure passion of running that business or having that vision or whatever it is, and it will be extremely rewarding. But then the other side of it is that whole financial piece. This is a mistake that I made for the first 15, 20 years of my business was, you don't need to have a Porsche at 25 years old, and I'm glad that I did those things because of the lessons that I've learned. But let me tell you, getting behind the wheel of a Buick is the same as getting behind the wheel of Porsches. I've had 3 of them. It's the same thing. Yes. And it's just wild to think of as an entrepreneur, you have this idea, I want to be big and I want to do all these things. And, and then as soon as we start making money, we piss it away. And it's good to have somebody like yourself that can sit there and sit these people down and coach them and say, look, no, there's going to come a time where you can have that stuff and enjoy it,
But absolutely being a good steward of resources towards the beginning is very important, and even more so once you become successful.
Yeah.
Going from starting with basically zero in 2024. I started it with basically no money. I bootstrapped this thing.
Oh yeah, we're still bootstrapping.
Right. To now being here in beginning of 2026, just named 2025 Small Business of the Year.
That's right. That's right.
It's just an
City
incredible.
of Elk Grove, right?
Yes, for City of Elk Grove. Yes. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
No, you just keep going, dude. You just keep going, and then you sit back in 5 years and 10 years, and it's funny. I don't know if you've been on my social media, but I keep posting all these videos. Essentially, all I do now is just post like business mentorship type videos and stuff because people come to me with questions, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good topic. And so the whole point is, once you get to a certain level of entrepreneurship, you just become an encyclopedia, and you're like, all you want to do is help people. And
that's exactly what I want to do.
That's it. That's it. Hey, thank you so much. Shennel Beasley-Sims, SacTown's finest vinyl and print, SacTownsFinest.com. One more time, SacTownsFinest.com. 916-931-7010. 916-931-7010. Anything you want to add before we get out of here?
I think we covered everything, Quinn. I want to thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
And I look forward to working with you
absolutely
in the future.
We're going to go to some events, dude.
Definitely.
We're going to get you in front of some people. I think that you've got something really great here. SacTownsFinest.com, 916-931-7010. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.